right, we ask all players and umpires to find their way to the centre to line up for the anthem in just a few short moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we please ask you to be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem.
Australians are, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every state and once Australia fair. In joyful strength then let us sing, and once Australia fair.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to both teams. We now ask captains to join the umpires in the centre circle for the coin toss. All right, the Buffets have won the coin toss and they've opted to kick towards the airport end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from first bounce here of the 2020-2021 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Grand Final. Let's hear it for the Buffets. All right, let's hear it for the St Mary's Girls.
Okay, welcome to this year's Under-18s Women's NTFL Grand Final. We're at TIO number 2. A little bit of weather around, but we're about to watch two very good teams go head-to-head in a great contest today. And calling the game today is no other than Stu Davis. So welcome, Stu.
Thank you, Colleen. Good to be here, and looking forward to a great game, a great day of grand finals football here at TIO Stadium. 6 grand finals on today. It'll be fantastic. This is the first of them, of course.
Look, what I'm excited about is we're going to showcase what is the future of territory football here. We've got the St Mary's team full of girls that are in our academy, and also the Darwin Buffettes are really highly represented in our talent programs. And so this is what we're about in the territory, is really trying to increase participation in our younger years, and through the 18s into Premier League and on further. So here we go.
So the game's underway. First hit out to Macy Clemens of Buffs, and they get the clearance and go straight down the middle of the ground. Gee, there's a bit of outside noise there, Colleen. But ball's loose in defence for Saints now. They're trying to work it through the hands. Got a free kick here, and it's going to be a Buffs free kick, and it's going to Janiyah Yaron. She's about 35 metres out. She just chips it up about 20 metres out. Working her way to the front was Sekatoga, but couldn't hold on to the mark. Ball spills out the back now, and Buffs are in pretty good position again. It's Yaron again, picks it up, snaps it, goal, and it's gone straight through the middle for the first goal of the game. So the dream start for Darwin here at TIO number 2 in the under-18 women's grand final.
Yeah, that's a great transition straight from the centre bounce, and they didn't muck around. And look, they've got some real stars up forward with Yaron and Sekatoga, who we heard before, one of our big talents in our youth squad, and really could play any sport she wants to. Luckily, she's choosing AFL at the moment, so keep an eye on her today.
Yeah, so great start for Buffs. Saints a bit nervous. So Saints finished the season on top of the table, Colleen, but Buffs beat them in the semi-final, and they've beaten them, in fact, the last 2 times they've played. So, yeah, it should be a fantastic matchup. Started again, and ball's just stuck underneath. Players keeping their feet, trying to work it out, but eventually it spills out a bit, and a toe off the ground sees it into some open space. So Saints across half back now and through the hands, and nicely cleared there by Latoya Tipalura for St Mary's down to half forward. Here's an opportunity running onto the ball. Quick kick there by Port Jimmy. Advances the ball. Coming out to meet it there for Saints is Madison Harrison. She wheels around on the left foot, dribbles the ball towards goal, but Buffs there first, and the ball eventually finds its way over the boundary line. So a stoppage deep in the forward pocket for St Mary's.
Yeah, these conditions very slippery, hard to get the ball out from the contest. So let's see which team adjusts first.
So the boundary throw goes over the back of those ruck players there. Oh, coming in nicely for Saints was Shavaya Lee. She hand passed back looking for a teammate, but didn't find one, and a free kick's paid here to Erica Kernoth for Buffs. At half-back, she kicks around the outer wing. Oh, terrific intercept mark there by Janome Anderson, back in the side this week, Colleen.
Yeah, an exciting NT product is Janome. We're excited to see her on the team list today.
Oh, and that mark's taken forward there by Tipalura. She played on straight away, but just kicked it into the goal square. And Madison Harrison doing the hard work down there, but eventually the ball's forced through for a rush behind. So Saints' first score on the board.
Yeah, Maddie Harris down there in the forward 50. The Buffaloes are going to have to really match up on her. She is their leading goal kicker, and one to watch.
An opportunity for Saints again here, but a good tackle laid, and the ball spills out over the boundary line. And another throw in. So players just settling here in the early stages of the first quarter. Buffs with that great start over the back, nicely taken by Kingdon for Buffs, clears it out, and coming out to meet it again was Yaron for Buffs, but couldn't take control of the ball, and now just tying the ball along in front. Looked to be almost a tackle without the ball. Play on's the call, don't mind that, and Yaron gets a hand pass forward, looking for a teammate, but the ball's on the ground. There could be a kicking in danger free kick here, and it'll be Anderson again, and a 50-metre penalty. So this presents a real opportunity for Saints to get themselves on the board.
And who better to have the ball in their hands than Janome Anderson? I would definitely back her from here, Stu.
Yeah, she's looking confident, obviously going to school down in Melbourne, but has played a fair bit this year. Kicks on the way, looks like she's hung it out to the right, and it in fact falls short. Ball on the ground, and it slips out the back now. Poor Jimmy was in there, but couldn't control the ball, and now Collinson with her nose over it for Buffs, just tapping it along in front. Clever work to get it out the back, and a snapshot at goal for Saints. But again, it's just missed to the near side. So after that first goal from Buffs, Saints have pretty much had it camped in their forward line and just haven't been able to get a goal on the board.
Yeah, still a bit scrappy. I think the weather's got a little bit to do with that. And I think it's that team that settles and looks for the space and gets the ball wide.
So Buffs have worked this ball from the kick out down towards the wing. Good work in there by Wasomo. She centres the ball back inside the corridor now. Saints have got some numbers if they can get their hands on the ball. They do, but a strong tackle. And that'll be a Buffs free kick at half back. And that's Macy Clemens made that tackle. Clemens kicks straight down the ground, but this one's chopped off by Charlotte Elcote. Play on's the call. And there's a high tackle, just unfortunately, just slipped down, and the tackle slipped up high. And again, a 50-metre penalty for not giving the ball back correctly. And Jamie Bryant for Saints is dashing down the field with the ball, wants to get it moving on quickly. She does now with the chip kick in, just falls short. And Harris there for Saints, trying to work into some space to have a shot at goal, but got tackled. And the ball's loose down by the behind post. Buffs managed to clear it out to the outer side, but only as far there as Jamie Bryant running towards the boundary line. Collinson comes in to put some pressure on, and eventually gives away a free kick for laying a tackle when Bryant didn't have the ball. So Bryant keeps the ball close to the boundary line on that outer side. Oh, nicely done intercept, and a snap at goal again. And I think it was Chevrolet again, but again offline.
Yeah, just St Mary's certainly getting possession, moving the ball forward nicely into their 50 a little bit. They're just a bit erratic. They need to compose and just slow the play.
Poor Jimmy intercepts the kick out here, has a shot at goal, and again misses. So Buffs with four behind, Saints with four behinds, still trailing Buffs at this stage. But as I said before, dominating the field position at the moment. And Buffs just can't get it out of their defensive 50 at the moment. But this is a better kick. Oh, mark almost taken out there by Collinson, not paid. Play on's a call. It's near the boundary line on the outer side. Kept in play. But no decisive, clean ball take there. It's kicked off the ground out into some space, and now a chance for Saints to go forward. The long kick goes in. Ball's loose on the ground, deep in defence for Buffs. They're just trying to get control of it now. Again, they tap it along. Bryant goes in with the toe. Play on's the call. Quick kick forward, and now the ball's into some space. Tipalura hacks it off the ground and then follows it up herself. It spills out here, but there's a free kick, and it's against Tipalura. In fact, it's going to Frida Wasomo for Buffs. She plays on straight away, kicks straight down the ground and finds a teammate there, and that's nicely done, and the mark's taken by Brooke Campbell. Campbell has a spare player and chips across, and this is better work by Buffs, working the ball out of defence. Get it down towards the centre of the ground now. Mark just spilled, but still have an opportunity to go forward. Ball's loose at half back for St Mary's. Parnell, some good work in there through the hands and over to her teammate Pollard, and they clear it to the outer side of the ground. First there for Saints is Goldback-Eggett. She swings it back inside, and that's a strong tackle on Issa Bandau, but high. She plays on down towards half forward. But again, a free kick, and it's going Buffs' way.
So Frida Wasomo, best and fairest in the competition and for the club, is really having a lot of the ball at this stage, and her defensive work is actually very, very sound as well.
So the kick forward by Geekus for St Mary's down towards half forward, but Buffs again trying to repel from across half back. Saints eventually through the hands and spills out here where Rosalind Starr's there for Saints. Ball's driven deep. Oh, Mark just spilt there, but picked up and a snap round the corner. But it's dribbling out towards the boundary line. Picked up by Port Jimmy. She has a shot at goal now. Goes straight across the face and bounces out of bounds next to the left-hand behind post.
Well, yeah, so as you said before, Stu, St Mary's really do have the possession and they're dominating in that area. It's just their composure in the 50 to hit up a target or really just straighten up and concentrate on making the conversion.
So from the throw-in, that's a free kick again. This time it's Shavaya Lee for St Mary's who'll take the free kick. And perhaps an opportunity for Saints' first goal. Yeah, as you say, Colin, some of those shots of goal have certainly been gettable and they've just haven't been composed. But again, a shot at goal and a miss. And we've got a 1-point ball game here, but
it's typical finals footy, Stu.
Yeah.
It's you feel like you've got no time. The pressure's up. There's a bit more atmosphere around, and there's that kind of sense of urgency. So if St Mary's can just settle into the game a bit better. Buffaloes might be in a bit of strife early, but just that lack of composure.
So again, Buffs struggling to clear it out of defensive 50, and Saints forwards putting the pressure on them with the ball on the ground. Saints players get in each other's way down there as Harris tried to run onto it. Here's a quick kick at goal again for Saints and again offline. So we've got a tied up ball game, but only one goal on the board.
Yeah, and of course St Mary's are setting up really nicely. Dave Powling's obviously keeping them in front of their players, keeping them goal side, and they're able to rebound across the centre and push it back into the 50.
So Wasomo again with that kick, and she found Macy Clemens further afield who took the mark. Clemens goes deep towards the centre of the ground and towed off the ground. Here's an opportunity for Sekatoga. She drives the ball forward of centre, but chopped off down there by Parnell for Saints. Back to Sekatoga now, and she kicks a long bomb inside forward 50, and Buffs have got some players to run onto the ball here if they can get control. Yaron over the top of it, gets tackled with the ball. It's stuck underneath it, hooked out to Wasomo's advantage, but she fell over. Now the ball loose on the ground and spills out the back, and Saints through Holly Beattie kick the ball out towards the boundary line. It dribbles over. That'll be a free kick to Buffs, I would think. For the last touch it is, and looks like Macy Clemens will take this free kick out at half forward for Buffs. She kicks the ball high inside forward 50, getting underneath it there, but ball spills over the top and an opportunity for Buffs to run onto it now. Collinson flicks out the hand pass and just towed forward there by Brooke Campbell for Buffs, but they couldn't keep it in the field of play, and a stoppage very close to goal here for Buffs as the clock ticks past 13 minutes in this first quarter, so they'd be looking to get a score here while it's in their forward line. Ball loose on the ground and hand pass comes out. Quick snap at goal. Falls to the top of the goal square. Saints through the hands, and then a quick kick out again by Beattie out into space. Foot race here. Collinson looks like she's going to be first there for Buffs. Just can't pick it up cleanly. Gets it on the second attempt. Swings back around now and gets a kick forward. But chopping across there was Pettit Holmes for St Mary's. Mark wasn't taken, and now a strong tackle and the ball spills out. Buffs again, Collinson again busy, gets the hand pass out as she was tackled, and Saints kick it into a dangerous position at half forward. Ball's picked up down there by Paddy for Buffs, but her kick was smothered. And now loose at half forward, Buffs again, but Wasomo overruns it this time, and now Saints with the opportunity through Anderson. She's just towing the ball in front of her off the ground. She's under some pressure now, goes to ground. Tries to pick it up, but really good defensive work there by Macy Clemens from Buffs. And a kick out of the air by Reese. And Saints have managed to work the ball up to the centre of the ground. Buffs there coming up from half back, but good work through the hands, and Saints go forward again through Bryant down to half forward. The ball slips past the Buffalo defender there, and Saints have got a real opportunity. Harris gets the hand pass across but misses the target, and in fact I think we've got a free kick again, and it's going to be a free kick to Madison Harris at half forward for Saints. She may just be a bit too far out from here, although she's going to have a shot now because the siren's gone, so I would think that Buffs would get their players back on the goal line, and this will certainly have to take Madison Harrison's best to score from here, I would think. Taking plenty of time, so as it stands the scores are level. This perhaps an opportunity for Saints to grab the lead at quarter time. Harris comes in now and unfortunately slipped over as she went to kick that ball, so no further score, and that's where we're at quarter time. 1 goal to 6 behinds, and it's been a good start, Colleen. Yeah, absolutely. It's a very physical contest at the moment. Fitness is certainly going to play a part here. I can see some of the girls already taking in some pretty deep breaths. So we'll be back soon. You're watching the AFLNT's coverage of the 2021 TIO Under 18 Women's Grand Final with Colleen Gwynn and Stu Davis. See you soon.
Go. Okay, welcome back. Second quarter, the under-18 girls grand final between St Mary's and the Buffaloes. Stu, great first quarter, but we couldn't help but notice one of the umpires out there. He's 13 years of age. It's Joshua Cooper. He won the Junior Umpire of the Year, and he's out there doing the field, and great to see young people taking on umpiring.
Fantastic, yeah. Just terrific, and really gives them a feel for the game. I understand that he plays as well, so he knows what the game's all about, so that's terrific, and obviously has got the respect of his peers to be given a grand final at this level. Yeah,
great to see. We don't talk about the umpires enough, so only when something goes wrong, so great to see. Back to you, Stu.
Yeah, so the game's underway here in the second quarter. Scores were level at quarter time. We've had no addition to that, of course, and ball's out on the grandstand wing, but picked up, and Saints trying to work it forward through the hands. It's close to the boundary line and kept in, I think. Janome Anderson gets a high kick forward. Running onto it here for Saints is Nancy Holtz. She gets the ball inside forward 50. Coming out to meet it there is Shavaya Lee. Gets a hand pass over the top, but just Saints couldn't control it in the forward line, and Buffs work it out pretty well. And the kick out by Vanji Gumbala, but it was chopped off, and Saints the opportunity through Goldberg Eggert. It's inside forward 50 now, and umpire Josh Cooper says that's a high tackle, and Saints to take the free kick here through Chelsea Dunn. Dunn switches the ball across into the corridor, and that's a terrific pass, and Rosalind Starr made some space. She wasn't covered up by the Buffs defenders, and now she's taken a mark about 25 metres out directly in front.
And that's exactly what we were looking for. A bit of patience, a bit of composure. She hit up a target right in front of goals.
The kick's on the way. It's not her best, but it's lucks of fortune and falls into the hands of Zoe McDowell here. And she's on a bit of an angle, but she's the player on the mark's only 10 metres out from goal, so she'll go back, and this should put St Mary's in the lead for the first time in this game. The kick's on the way, looks pretty good. It's straight through the middle, and teammates get around her as they should, and Saints have got their first goal on the board, and a bit of reward, I think, for all of the forward field territory they've had during this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know you say luck's a fortune, but she was playing in front. You play in front and you give yourself every chance to receive the ball. So, you know, that's a good bit of play by St Mary's. Obviously, Dave Powling's spoken to them about their work inside 50, and, you know, that's a better entry and certainly a better conversion. So, good job, Saints.
And as you said, Colleen, just a bit of composure, had a look, lifted the eyes, didn't blaze it forward, saw a free player, and in the build-up, and that's resulted in a goal for them. So from the restart, Buffs just working the ball laterally towards the grandstand side, but chopped off down there by Rosalind Starr for Saints. Nice hand pass back, and again they're working the ball forward. Running onto it here is Geekus for St Mary's. Tackled heavily, the ball got a kick away though, and Holtz towed it forward, and now Saints again going inside 50. Coming across the back here is Brooke Campbell for Buffs. It just evades her. She's got the ball in front of her again, toes it out, and now poor Jimmy for St Mary's picks up, has a quick kick at goal. It's dribbling, and just hit the back of the goal post there, and took out the goal umpire's flag. So pretty unlucky, I think, but Saints really applying the pressure here, and we've got an injured player, unfortunately, for Buffs, just outside the defensive goal square at the moment. So play's just paused while she gets seen to.
Yeah, again, you know, Saints certainly seem to have come out with a different mindset. Settled, it's that finals nerves. By the quarter time, that's gone, and you just settle into another game, and you forget all that, and it's about the football then. So, you know, they're looking better. They're looking a little bit more in control. Let's see how Buffaloes can go in terms of getting the ball back up to their end.
So Malboy Hudson was the injured player. She's in the action straight away, gets the kick across goal. But lurking there for Saints was Goldback Eggett. She flicked it out, and rightly so, that's called a throw. And it'll be a free kick to Brooke Campbell, deep in defence for Buffs. She kicks the ball out towards half-back, making front position down there was Clemens, but spilled the mark, and now Saints going forward again. Ball slips over the back, and Malboy Hudson's first there for Buffs. She taps it in front of her, but she's overtaken to the ball by Nancy Holtz, and we're running into goal, has another shot at goal, and it's another goal for St Mary's. And that time, Nancy Holtz, just persistence, I think. She was behind in the contest as the ball trickled away from the goal square, but just worked hard, got there, picked up the ball nicely, and backed herself, ran in and kicked the goal. So a great start to the second quarter for St Mary's.
Yeah, Buffalo's a little bit slow to getting the numbers back in defence, and as you see there, the defenders just got turned inside out, and there was no one in front of the... sorry, who kicked that goal, Stu?
Nancy Holtz.
Nancy Holtz. Nancy was able to have a free run at goal, and you really should have a few more defenders back there. So I think Buffaloes need to lift their work rate. They've come out, they're a little bit flat-footed. They need to get numbers at the ball and numbers back in defence.
So from the restart, Clemens wins the hit-out for Buffs, but Saints have got their hands on the ball first. Janome Anderson flicks it out, but nicely taken in there. And Buffs are edging it forward. Gumbler was involved for Buffaloes. A quick kick forward now, and Saints in defence try to work it through the hands. Parnell runs onto it, hand passes, but straight to an opponent. The ball spills out, and again, it flicks out here, and Buffs going forward. The ball slips over the back, and Saints defensively again work the ball towards the boundary line on the outer side of the ground in front of the scoreboard out there. Ball stayed in play so far, and there's a number of players around it, but quick kick forward by Tipping Woody, and it's gone out of bounds, so that'll be a Saints free kick. So keeping the ball close to the boundary line, and players seem to stop for a moment there, but the ball's still in play, and again plenty of players around the pack, and they're just having trouble getting it out into space and clearing it. So umpire comes in, blows the whistle, pays a free kick to try and open it up, and it's Janome Anderson again for St Mary's on the
she
bottom
got
of this one.
pretty heavily pushed in the back while she was down there. So
ball slips over the back this time. Buffs are first there, and quick kick forward by Kingdon, and the mark's taken it half forward, and now Buffs an opportunity, but that kick's smothered. Saints tow it off the ground, and just struggling to find players out in space at the moment, and the ball's a bit clogged up. Hand pass comes across, goes through the hands. Gabrielle Stanley was there, got a quick hand pass out, but again, Buffalo's first hands on the ball, and their kick goes over the boundary line. And the last touch rule in women's footy, we'll see. No, it's not. It must have come off hands, and it's going to be a boundary throw in.
Buffalo's looking very stationary at the moment. We're not seeing the movement we saw in the first quarter. Whether they are already getting tired, I'm not sure, but they are a little bit flat-footed.
Yeah, it's pretty draining conditions this time of day, isn't it, Colleen?
It certainly is. It's sauna-like conditions out here.
Especially after the rain that we had earlier. So, but they'll soldier on, and it's a grand final. They'll be aware of that, and they'll be going for the full 15 minutes every quarter. The ball's loose now, and an opportunity perhaps for someone to get their hands on it and rock the ball. But strong tackle there, but illegal according to the umpires, and Janome Anderson wastes no time, drives the ball straight down the middle of the ground towards half forward, and now Saints have got the ball in some space again. A shot at goal, but this one's off the outside of the foot, and it dribbles towards the boundary line, and again, it was Port Jimmy for Saints, but just, I think once again, just panicked a bit when had a bit more space and time than she realised.
Yeah, how's Anderson? She realises she's got the free. She doesn't waste any time. Off she goes. She catches Buffalo's on the back foot,
yep,
and gives them every opportunity to score.
Absolutely. It makes all the difference if you can get the ball moving quickly. But again, picked up a kick off the outside of the boot. That's a fantastic shot at goal. And that's a goal to Marietta Port Jimmy for St Mary's. And so they've kicked 3 goals this quarter, and it's been pretty dominant in the early stages of this second quarter.
Well, it's always the way. You miss the one you think's a bit more straightforward on the run right in front. You'd rather kick around the body and get the 6 points. So well done, Marietta. She's really dominating in that forward 50. Seems to have a lot of space. Really got to close her space down, because as you know, the natural way of a Tiwi player is they'll turn you inside out and just head for goals, and that's what she's doing.
So Buffalo scored the first goal of the game in the first couple of minutes, and you know, really it's starting to look a bit dangerous for them as far as the margin blowing out, and they really need to get their hands on the ball and hit the scoreboard. But in ruck, Clemens is doing well for them, but Saints are reading it pretty well, and again they're into attack and a long kick forward. Ball's loose at half forward, picked up down here by Rees. Ball goes out towards the boundary line. Harris gets her nose over the ball. She's under plenty of pressure, tries to get the hand pass out, and a scramble for the ball on the ground. Bella Rees was underneath it for St Mary's, and it was caught up, and it'll be a ball up. So a stoppage only about 10 metres from St Mary's goal. But, off the hands of the ruck players there, the ball spilled over the boundary line, and it'll be a boundary throw in. So unfortunately there's number 23 for Buffaloes there, and we don't have a 23 on our team sheets. Colleen, we might try and find out who that is at half time. Ball slips over the back now. Wasomo's in there for Buffs. Cleverly finds some space, runs into it, and clears out towards the outer side of the ground. But Saints are going to be first there again, and a tackle's made, but the hand pass comes forward. Collinson comes across, tries to chop it off. Chipalura looked to be ploughed into the back, but play on's the call, and Saints go forward again, and again Port Jimmy's underneath it, drops the mark this time, but recovers well, swings around, hand passes out in front of herself, recovers, gets a hand pass across, a shot at goal from an acute angle, just off the hands, and through for a behind, but a terrific build-up again by St Mary's there, and I thought that shot coming across from Irini Gikas was almost on line, but not quite.
Yeah, not a bad shot, but again, you know, they've got to get those, Buffaloes have to get those numbers back, get some numbers at the ball.
Well, here's a dangerous kick in front of goal. Wasomo throws it onto her boot, but Saints are lining up here behind the ball, and another opportunity for a shot at goal, this time by Rosalind Starr, but again off the side of the boot, and a minor score only.
I have to say the work rate of Frida Wasomo for the Buffettes is quite extraordinary at the moment. It's
So the ball on the ground here. Pettit Holmes for Saints is in there. There's Wasomo again. Ball slips out of her hand this time, and chopping across is Jamie Bryant. She chips it forward. It's cut off there by Tiana Russell for Buffs. She kicks it out under the mark. Spilt by Fitz, but gets a hand pass across to Clemens. She's tackled with after she got rid of the ball, and it'll be a free kick downfield. And Macy Clemens is, no, it's going to come back to her. She's been pretty impressive in the ruck for Buffs so far today, and getting plenty of the ball around the ground as well. And so the ball's being advanced about 20 metres here. It's still going to be Macy's free kick.
Yeah, Stu, that's a good point. If you've got a ruck that can give you that work rate around the ground, you're going to be in front. It's almost having that extra midfielder.
Yeah, a bit like the way Jazz Hewitt plays in the scene is a really valuable player. But Buffs the opportunity. Collinson advances it down here, and now they're out at half forward. Saints are pretty well organised in defence, and The quick kick comes out, and the opportunity for them to clear. Chelsea Dunn's in there for St Mary's. Gets a hand pass across, just misses her teammate, and Buffs the opportunity to tidy up. But again, under pressure, the ball spills out. It's picked up down here by Geekas for Saints. They advance the ball. Zoe McDowell chasing after it. She's in the action now, picks it up, gets the hand pass free as she's tackled, and Buffs from across half-back chip it forward. Cutting across there was Goldback Eggert for St Mary's. Spilt the mark but recovered well, got the kick forward, and there you are. That's the end of the second quarter, and really a quarter dominated by St Mary's. Kicked the only scores of the game, 3 goals, and yeah, Buffs have got a bit of thinking to do in the half-time break.
Yeah, the difference is you had a St Mary's team that came out that really did fix what the issues were, and that was that their composure in their 50, they're sharing the ball a bit better, and the Buffettes just a bit flat-footed, just not willing to run 2 ways and do that bit extra, and I'm sure Bianca Scrimshaw will sort that out at half-time, and we'll be looking for another hotly contested third quarter. So you've been watching the Under-18 Girls Grand Final here at TIO 2. We'll see you soon for no doubt a great third quarter. Okay, welcome back to the NTFL Under-18s Grand Final between the Buffets and St Mary's. A great first quarter. I think fitness will play a part. This weather is pretty taxing at the moment. It's really steamy conditions, Stu.
It is, Colleen. I just walked across the ground at half time and it's warm out there.
I did have to get you a towel and dry you down a bit and a litre of water, but you seem to have come good, Stu, so you should be right to call the rest of the game.
Yeah, back in the aircon now. So, looking for Buffs to just make an impact here in the third quarter and get themselves back in the game. But Saints have been pretty impressive so far, and it's a free kick against Janome Anderson this time, just diving across the legs. Yeah, fair enough.
They don't call it very often, but it's there for a reason because it is a dangerous action.
Sakatogo had the free kick. She's put Buffs into the forward line now, inside forward 50, and it's going to be St Mary's free kick across half back. So Jamie Bryant for Saints. She's looks one way, then the other, goes on the left foot to the outer side of the ground, and that's a good pass and finds Charlotte Elcote, who was really impressive last week when we did the preliminary final, Colleen, and she's solid across half back for Saints and just kicked the ball out towards the other side of the ground, and ball's loose on the ground. Elcote's in there again, picks up and breaks away, gets a kick forward, and but good defensive pressure by Buffs. But again, Anderson got the kick forward. Comes off the beach straight back to her.
4-on-1 there for Anderson.
Yeah.
And
so again, Bryant for St Mary's gets a hand pass forward and tackled as she kicked the ball was Goldback Eggett, but out into some space. And now Buffs running onto it, and the opportunity to bring the ball forward. That was Samo again, got tackled with the ball, but she's up and at it again, gets the toe forward, and still in there, burrowing in and trying to advance the ball. But Saints eventually, through the weight of numbers, goes into the hands of Elcote, and she clears from defensive 50 for St Mary's. The ball's out on the wing, and held without the ball out there was Zoe McDowell. And no, in fact, it's a free kick against her for incorrect disposal. So, ball comes down towards the wing. Oh, tried to hack it off the ground there was Paddy, just missed it. Yaron got the hand pass out. Wasamo's there again, but can't take it cleanly this time. In defence was Charlie Simmons for St Mary's, and the ball slides out towards the boundary line on the wing. Quick kick forward by Geekus, but Buffs are lined up, and that's an unfortunate kick out of bounds on the full. And Buffs just had a couple of promising moves there, but just couldn't take the ball cleanly in the end and finish it off.
We talked about Wasamo before. Her work rate, the amount of work she did in that first half was quite considerable. How much has she got in the tank? Because she is doing the work of 2 or 3 players at the moment.
So Saints have got the ball inside forward 50, but good work out of defence. And now Buffs bring the ball into the centre of the ground, but there for St Mary's is Elcote. Just shows good composure, drives the ball long, but straight into the hands of her opponent. Comes back to Elcote again, and she chops this one off, and is getting plenty of the football early in this third quarter. This is a better pass, and this time she hits up her teammate Star. Star plays on straight away, kicks down towards goal, slips over the back, but Buffs managed to get their hands on the ball and work it out, but this one's chopped off again by Bryant. Bryant kicks the ball in towards full forward. Oh, mark just not taken, but good recovery and a kick on goal. But the ball's still in play, loose in the forward line. Oh, the kick smothered down there, and Pettit Holmes down there for St Mary's, and as well as Zoe McDowell, but Buffs managed to get their hands on the ball and cleared around the outer side, and the mark's taken here by Ranson. Yana Ranson kicks round the flank, but Saints working back. Star gets the hand pass across. Going in hard there, the Buffalo's players, but Saints again with a bit of composure work the ball out, but this time chopped off across half back.
Wasamo.
Yep, once again she plays on with a bounce this time, and a second, loses control of the ball here. She's in some trouble, but manages to find some space again. Kicks the ball out here, and a good mark taken here by Macy Clemens for Buffs. She's got some players in some space. She's looking to move the ball on quickly, as she should, and mark's almost taken there by Kyan Campbell, but the ball's loose on the ground, and now Buffs with an opportunity. Kick around the corner by Gumbler, kicks high inside forward 50. Saints got some numbers back, and good clearing work by Reese. And Parnell with her nose over the ball now, and she's rewarded with a free kick for being held without the ball. So Kiralee Parnell kicks the ball straight down the ground. She's got a loose player here, and that's Geekus. She's looking to switch the ball to the near side of the ground, but misses the target out there, and the mark's taken by Taylor Paddy. Paddy finds a player forward in Ransom, and Ransom moves the ball on quickly now. Cutting across there for Saints was Holly Beattie, and she takes a good mark, and she'll kick it back in the direction it came from. Worked underneath the ball there. Geekus did it really well and then ran back onto it, but now she's under plenty of pressure, and the ball spills out and over the boundary line for a throw-in. So good work by Geekus down there. She was 1-on-2 and managed to win a stoppage for Saints.
Yeah, Buffaloes, if they could just lift 2 or 3%, you know, they're back in this. They just need to work harder. Saints are getting the numbers at the ball, and that's the big difference right at the moment.
So Saints from that clearance, advance the ball down, but Pasamo's in there again, gets a hand pass out in front of herself. She hasn't got much support, hasn't had much support all day really, but again, Saints in the nut with the numbers, and McDowell kicks around the corner, but this time it's chopped off in defence by Paddy, and kick comes across looking for Collinson here, but it's out of her grasp. Bryant's in there for St Mary's. Also is Goldback Eggett, who gets a quick kick forward. Oh, the ball dribbles out the back, and Saints through Port Jimmy advance it inside forward 50, and now the opportunity for Holtz to run onto it. She's tapping the ball in front of her, can't pick it up. It's going right down to the goal line. Now she tries a kick out of the air, but good defensive work down there, and it's a rush behind, and that was Malboy Hudson, I think, that just kept working in defence and putting the pressure on, and that's saved a certain Saints goal. But Saints, another opportunity here, and it's Tipalura, but again it's chopped off, and I think that's Malboy Hudson again in defence. Mark's spilt here, and loose on the ground. Running onto it for Saints is Lee. She kicks the ball back in towards the goal, but it's gone out of bounds, I think, and it'll be a... I'm not sure if it went out on the full or bounced out inside forward 50 there. It'll be a Buffs free kick, I think.
Yep.
Yep, so Soraya Malboy Hudson.
I have to bring my binoculars next time, Stu.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a distance down there for us oldies.
Yeah, we're stuck down in the pocket here, and that's a shot on goal by Saints, and it is a goal, and just trying to pick up who the player was. May have been Rosalind Starr.
Is that Starr?
I think she's running off the ground now anyway, so I'll try to see who it was. I think it might have been Rosalind Starr.
St Mary's have definitely got more contributors around the field. They're all linking up quite nicely. They're getting numbers to the ball. You know, we've got Anderson, Geekus, Port Jimmy's doing some great work. Goldback Eggett, we were really impressed with her last week. Again, she's really solid across that half-back line. Jamie Bryant's just really good on her run and carry. And, you know, Harris continues to be dangerous down there. Buffets need to find some more contributors. We got Wasomo, she's everywhere, but, you know, she needs to get some other players to support her. They need to run in numbers and try and get in the ball into their front half of the field to give themselves an opportunity.
Yeah, and I think Macy Clemens has been another contributor for Buffs in the ruck, but you know, Latoya Collinson's tried hard all day, but you know, apart from that, it's hard to see anyone that's had a real impact on the game. Sekatoga's in the ruck now. Unfortunately, she lost her footing there, and Saints were able to win the clearance. Tipalura over the ball again, but just couldn't pick it up cleanly. Oh, nice work through the hands there by Reese. Hand passed it out the back to the advantage of her teammate there in Simmons. Simmons struggling to control the ball, picks it up now, breaks the tackle, drives the ball long straight down the middle of the ground, and she's found the teammate there in Madison Harrison, I think you'll find it is, and she's marked it at half forward.
How good was that from Charlie Simmons?
Yeah.
Just kept it in front, persevered, and then hit up a target. That's what you want.
So Harris got it across to Anderson, but Anderson's kick unfortunately missed, and a minor score. So, you know, 4 goals, 11. The score could have been anything really. The dominance that Saints have had so far. Out the back here, Goldback Eggett again for St Mary's, chips it across, and she's got a free player, and this time it's marked by Zoe McDowell. And yeah, I think Buffs are really starting to look tired, and they've been chasing players all day, and it's just starting to open up for Saints now. They're getting free players inside forward 50. McDowell's kick on the way. It's at the top of the goal square. The ball spills to the front of the pack, and good defensive work by Buffs. They bring it out, and here's an opportunity for them to run on the ball. Jamelia Martins is there. She's tackled without the ball, and she'll take the free kick at half-back for Buffs. So they just need to get some players in some space and move it quickly. But again, they've gone down the corridor, and Saints have picked that off. Jamie Bryant, who's had a pretty good game also.
She's had a ripper at the moment. Yep. She just seems to be able to find that space, and every time she hits a target up, and that's exactly what you want from a young player. Goldback
Eggett drives the ball deep into the forward line. Working back there for Buffs was Sekatoga, but they're under plenty of pressure. The kick comes out now. Ball's loose at half forward for St Mary's. And again, well structured behind the ball, get the hand pass out, and the kick forward by Holly Beattie. Ball's on the ground. McDowell working for it for Saints over the top. Going in there for Buffs was Savannah Pollard, but again, just can't get clean possession, and the ball's caught up underneath. They managed to flick it out now, but again, it's tucked back in, and ball seems to be going nowhere at the moment. It slips out the back, and now Buffs with a chance to clear. And it's out in some space now if they can pick the ball up cleanly. So Walters it was there, tapped the ball in front of herself, but Saints, again, too powerful across there, and beautiful kick in by Elcote. The mark was spilt, but swinging around now. Harris again has a shot on goal, but she's infringed as she kicked the ball, and I'm not sure where this free kick will be taken. It may be right down
on the goal line there, Stu.
Yeah. Yep, so it was after disposal free kick, and it's going to be Port Jimmy for St Mary's, who'll kick it from a metre out virtually, and she makes no mistake, Marietta Port Jimmy, and that's her second goal for the day.
Yeah, and well deserved, St Mary's, the way they're sharing the ball, the way they're running in numbers, they're linking up, they're two-way running, getting back in defence, they're working hard, their work rate is right up. Buffalo's just, they look lethargic, they're stationary. Once they do gain possession, there's not a lot of options for them. They've just got to lift that work rate if they want to try and get back into this game.
So yeah, we're just waiting for the restart here, and clock's ticking down towards three-quarter time, so time's really running out for Buffs, but you would hope that they've just got a bit of resolve in them, and can show a bit of pride in the jumper, and just show their supporters something for the remainder of this game. But that's well done, inside forward 50, and guess who's on the end of it for Buffs? It's Hosama again. Clever footwork, evades her teammate, kicks the ball down, but this time it bounces out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Yeah, Wasamo, I know we talked about her a lot. She's part of the Arnhem Land Crows winning premiership team this year, and is a great little player. Can play anywhere, and that's what you also want. You want versatility, but she's really having to do a lot of work today, and probably too much work. Let's see how much she's got left, and see if she can bring the other teammates into this game.
So from the ruck contest, Elcote was round the back. Her kick was smothered, and now Buffs with their hands on the ball. Parnell gets a hand pass out into space. Elcote runs onto it. She's under plenty of pressure as well. Now the ball's caught up in underneath, and there's a wrestle for it. And just as the ball slipped out, the free kick was found. And so now an opportunity for Buffs to have a shot at goal.
Ooh.
Kicks on its way. Unfortunately not her best effort, and a minus score only. As the siren sounds to end the second quarter. Tiana Russell that was with the shot at goal, but just missed, and Saints have just extended that lead again in this quarter, Colleen.
Yeah, look, they're continuing on. You'll see the work rate will decrease. The girls will get tired. As we've talked about, these conditions are pretty harsh. Buffaloes with all the work to do here. We'll see what they can do in the last quarter. You've been watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2021 NTFL Grand Finals. Welcome back to the final quarter, the fourth quarter, the NTFL Under-18s Girls Grand Final. Darwin Buffets and St Mary's, and St Mary's a commanding lead, Stu, 41-7 at this stage, and it's hard to see where Buffets are going to find that little bit extra from.
Yeah, Saints have been really impressive. They've been pretty well structured and attack on the ball, numbers at the ball, and and finishing, they eventually got it right and they've been able to put goals on the board. And Jamie Bryant, probably one of the best players on the ground in the middle there again, just tackled and the ball spilled out. Plans a call, and now a quick kick out by Yaron for Buffs advances them down towards half forward. Running onto the ball down there was Clemens, but her kick was smothered, and Elcote across half back for Saints again clears it out. Ball's loose now, and Collinson with it over the ball, but the ball's kicked forward by Saints, and they work the ball nicely through the hands. Geekus there, her kick smothered, and running onto it for Buffs as the hand pass came out from Gumbler, but Wasomo's in there fighting against Parnell for the ball. Parnell uses her body well, traps the ball, and gets it off to a teammate, and they manage to clear it away from across half back. Collinson first there for Buffaloes, bit of a crude tackle, play on's the call, the ball's loose, and a quick kick forward, and running onto it here was Yaron, couldn't take the mark, and Saints bring it forward again. Running onto it for Saints was Lee. She works the ball forward now, and an opportunity for Holtz for St Mary's to run onto the ball. Picks up now, but gets tackled as she picked the ball up, and it's spilt free. Janome Anderson in there working hard for St Mary's, but working equally hard was Imogen Wright for Buffaloes, and they've managed to get some numbers and work the ball out of defence. And now a quick kick out, and Campbell's kicked straight down the middle of the ground and picked up down here by Clemens for Buffs. Evades a tackle, gets a hand pass. Teammate couldn't quite control it, but Buffs have still got some numbers there. Somo again in there, makes some space, and now runs away with the ball, has a bounce, kicks along, straight down the middle of the ground. But Saints organised in defence, but good work by Buffs, and now an opportunity perhaps, but Saints again working back in defence. Tackled with the ball there was Sekatoga, got the hand pass out, and we've got a whistle and a free kick, and it's going to be a free kick to Abigail Sekatoga, and she'll go back and have a shot for goal from here.
Yeah, we talked about Sekatoga before. We'd like to see her have a little bit more influence on this game. She's a really good athlete, really needs to inject herself into the game. Let's see how she goes here.
Sekatoga's kick's on its way. Looks pretty good. It is good. It's straight through, and that's what Buffs have been looking for some time now. But they're on the board first in this final quarter, and hopefully that's the start of more to come in this final quarter, Colleen.
Yeah, that was the first time that you saw the Buffets bring the ball out and get it into space instead of just bringing it, trying to go up through the corridor. They found the space, and they were able to transfer the ball into their 50, and that's a great finish. And we want to get more Buffets involved in this, get them working harder, and see if they can put some damage on that scoreboard.
Yeah, well, they had more numbers at the ball as well, and that's, that meant they were able to pick it up and find a teammate and get the ball forward, which they haven't done enough of today. But a promising start in this final quarter for them. Again, for Buffs, Clemens thumps it forward, but again, Saints reading it best, and the hand pass comes forward. Working in now for Saints is McDowell, but she's dispossessed, and it'll be a Buffs free kick. And the free kick is going to Macy Clemens. Again, she goes straight up the middle of the ground. The ball slips over the back. Patting it out in front. There was Erica Kernoth, but just couldn't control it in the end. Bryant's in there wrestling for the ball again for St Mary's, but it's a stalemate.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's their best avenue to goal. They really need to get some movement and get that ball on the outside and see if they can run and carry a bit.
So Clemens again with the hit out. St Mary's again with the clearance, however, and it's down towards half forward now. Running onto it is Lee. Shavana Lee swings the ball around, but Buffs have got some numbers here. It's chopped off in defence by Tiana Russell, but her kick's gone very wide, and in fact out of bounds on the full.
Well, in fact, yeah, it was Janome Anderson just put the pressure on the kicker then, and that resulted. So that's the difference, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, definitely. And Anderson wanders across and will take this free kick. So she's shaping as if she's having a shot for goal. I'm not sure that'll be the case. In fact, the kick comes through the hands, but it's a free kick against Charlie Simmons there for St Mary's, and it'll be taken by Yaron. Ooh. It's a dangerous kick, and well read down there by Maddie Harris, and she takes that intercept mark, goes back. She'll take her time here, and she'll kick from about 30 metres out.
Cross goal, and in the hands of the leading goal kicker in the competition, probably not the best option, but. So
just waiting on Madison Harris now. She comes in, the kick's on its way. Again, it's fallen short and wide. Poor Jimmy's going to be first there for St Mary's. Picks up, tries to break through, gets tackled and gets her hand pass out, and now Buffs get it into the hands of Wasomo. Why wouldn't you? She runs away out of defence, has a bounce, and clears it out. And in front there, the mark's taken by Sekatoga. She plays on straight away around the near side wing. Parnell comes in with a spoil for St Mary's. Again, the ball loose on the ground, but players pile in over the top, and it's going to be a free kick for dragging the ball in, getting caught with it. And so Parnell wins the free kick. She goes in short, but nicely read in defence by Erica Kernoth for Buffs. She advances the ball around the wing. Sekatoga's in there working hard, gets a hand pass out as she's tackled. A bit unlucky perhaps to be called holding the ball there. The players perhaps don't realise that it's a free kick, and it's St Mary's through Parnell again. She kicks the ball around the half forward line. Buffs with some numbers back there, some strong body work by Charlie Simmons, picks it up and hand passes forward. Harris is there working hard. Was Yaron for Buffs, but Harris got the kick forward. It's loose in the forward pocket, picked up by Yaron. Her kick's smothered. Simmons falls into her hands. She has a flying shot at goal, and just a bit confused by the goal umpire signal, but it is a goal. So a terrific finish there by Charlie Simmons. And just weight of numbers and forward pressure, wasn't it, Colleen?
Yeah, absolutely. They just kept persevering, getting the numbers around the ball. The other thing I really like about this St Mary's team is these smaller players like Charlie Simmons, like young Parnell. There's not much of them, but they play big. They go into the contest, and it's a credit to the coaching staff there. These girls are up and about today, and they're doing a lot right. And their football is great to watch.
Yeah, Jamie Bryant's another one of those, Colleen. Not much to her, but she's had plenty of the football today. Yeah,
they're nicely structured up. They're getting numbers to the ball. They're linking up. Everyone's contributing. It's a really a great team effort today by the St Mary's Football Club.
So a goal each in this final quarter. Just waiting for the restart. Saints this time win the hit out through Pettit Holmes, but no clear possession winner as the ball's on the ground. It spills out the back now and buffs through Collinson with a quick kick forward. Running onto it here is Ransom for Buffs. She eventually takes possession, kicks it in forward, but chopped off in defence. Collinson's in there again, traps the ball and picks it up now, but she's tackled by a couple of players and the ball spills out, and now Saints perhaps with the opportunity, but they just tow it forward. Collinson's back in the action again with her nose over the ball, but again plenty of pressure from Saints defenders out there, and it's a stalemate and a ball up.
Yeah, Saints they just keep pushing forward, pushing. They're there at every contest, and they're outnumbering them at the contest.
So the ball up there, Buff's trying to edge it forward, but it's bounced off a couple of players out over the boundary line, and it'll be a boundary throw in. So just need to try to get some clearance from the stoppage here, get the ball out into some space and see if they can find some players free, but the ball comes back forward after that ruck hit out, but a quick kick forward, nicely done there by Pettit Holmes, but Saints hack it off the ground. Chopping across there was right for Buffs. Her kick was half smothered, and a quick kick forward now by Yaron. But good defensive work, and Saints do kick it out into some space on the near side of the ground. We've got a foot race out here. First there was Bryant for Saints. She couldn't pick it up out the back. It's picked up by Macy. She hand passes forward. Running onto it there was not for Buffs, but she got worried out of it, and Saints have managed to bring it forward again. Janome Anderson underneath this one. Spilt the mark, but picks up, runs away, streams in towards goal. That's a fantastic finish. Terrific footy
and a bit of celebration there.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
He loves it. So, yeah, fantastic work.
I must say, before I saw Janome standing in front, resting in the forward line, I thought if the ball comes into the 50, number 17 for St Mary's is probably going to get a goal, and there you go. And you look, the celebration, that's what we want. We want to see a bit of feeling in it, so well done, Janome. Yeah, they're just completely dominating this game in all areas, and it's a really great display today by the St Mary's women here.
It certainly is, and a comeback after being beaten by Buffs the last two times they've played them. They've just come out and really dominated today, so it's going to be a well-deserved premiership. They were the top side all year, just had a couple of hiccups, but they've come to play today, that's for sure. So we're just waiting for the restart here, trying to make sure the numbers are right. In fact, they weren't, and so it's going to be a free kick to Buffs. And it's Macy Clemens. Again, she goes straight down the corridor where there's a fair bit of traffic, and Saints have pretty well organised. Good work in defence there by Beattie, got the hands out, and now the Saints have got it down to half forward where McDowell runs onto it. She's trying to get it across to Geekus here, but McDowell's back in there again. Spills out to Port Jimmy. Port Jimmy runs forward, tries to chip the pass in to Harris, but just misses her. Working hard in defence for Buffaloes was Malboy Hudson, but just got caught with the ball. And Charlie Simmons will take the free kick, and it's a 50-metre penalty as well, so this will bring her right to the goal line. She hasn't realised it yet, but just a bit of attention afterwards, and umpire jumped straight onto it. Don't want to see any of that coming to the game. So Charlie Simmons from directly in front, a couple of metres out, chips it through, so that's her second for the quarter, and Saints just marching on.
Look, great work. We talked about Charlie before. Not a big player, but she is hard at the contest. She has a go. She takes some risks. She's got some great skills, and well done. She's been around for a while. This is only under 18s, and you've got girls playing out here that's got, particularly within the Buffaloes, they've got 5 premierships.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
isn't it?
it just shows, the way that football's going in the Northern Territory, developing these junior grades. We've got the under 18s, which is a great competition now. It's only going to produce some better players, and better players playing in the national stage.
And some of these girls have had some opportunities at Premier League level, and that's terrific, and they bring it back to the under 18s, and it just lifts the standard, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Stu, and that's what we're seeing today. Look, this display by St Mary's is it's great football, and that's what we want to see.
So Buffs with the clearance this time. Jamelia Martins kicks it forward, but again, strong in defence. St Mary's, and Beattie kicks it out here, and Saints again just linking up well. Kick comes forward, but this time it's chopped off, and Martins again, she's looking to go the wrong way, I think. The Saints player, Zoe McDowell, thought she should have been called to play on, but they're all just a bit confused here.
Well, I think technically the Saints player's within her rights to tackle her there.
So we've got it sorted eventually, and she's looking for a teammate wide here, but it's just gone too wide there for Ransom, but she managed to keep it in play, but that only helped Saints bring it out of defence. Charlie Simmons on the end of it again. Good evasive work there, and now kicks long across towards half forward. Poor Jimmy's on the end of it, can't take it, but cleverly taps it over to Harris. Harris takes it in one hand and steams in towards goal and drills it through. Just fantastic teamwork down there. Terrific skills that we're used to from Tiwi players, Colleen.
Yeah, that's a nice little tap over the top to finish off by Maddie Harris. And look, we've watched the two best teams in the competition, but, the Buffets just completely outclassed today. They started the game well, first team on the board, but you go through the list of St Mary's and Bryant, great game. Goldback, Eggert, look, she was there. Across the half-back, Parnell, great job. Charlie Simmons, Jimmy, Geekus,
NTFL under 18 girls.
Janome Anderson, Elcote. Look at where do you stop, and then Madison Harris. So just dominant in all areas of the game. Absolutely deserved the premiership, and all I can say is the future looks pretty bright for the Northern Territory.
Fantastic.
Just quickly talk about the Buffets and Frida Wasomo. A dominant display by her. She just didn't have enough help there. Latoya Collinson, and obviously we had the player that you liked.
Yeah, Macy Clemens. Yeah.
Macy Clemens. She did a lot of work, but they just didn't they couldn't match up with them today, and well-deserved premiership by the St Mary's Footy Club.
Yeah, really enjoyed it, Colleen, and of course, as we said before, there's 5 more grand finals today, so if you're at home watching, just buckle in, because there's some great footy to come, and we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This one, St Mary's victors pretty comprehensively in the end, but some good football played, so thanks again, and stay tuned for the next games coming up.
All right, a big congratulations again to both teams, but our premiers this morning are St Mary's for the 2020-2021 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Premiers, St Mary's. All right, if both teams can start making their way to the presentation area, we'll get post-match presentations underway shortly. All right, if we could have both teams over here to the presentation area, we'll start post-match presentations shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic performance today by both teams, but there can only be one winner, and today's premiers are St Mary's. Now we invite the head coach of the Darwin Buffaloes up to say a few words. All right, if I get Bianca Scrimgeour, head coach of the Darwin Buffettes, up to say a few words.
What a game. Started off overcast, come out, sun came out, put it on. Fantastic skills across both teams. Really great for women in football. Keep going, girls. To my girls, yous know how proud I am of yous. I tell you this week in, week out, keep your heads up. There can only be one winner on the day. Unfortunately, it's not us. But I'm proud of yous and how far we've come. We've played with the same 22 players for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, some weekends without a bench. So keep your heads up. To St Mary's, congratulations. Yous played excellent. Really hard footy, kept going for 4 quarters. So enjoy it. Congrats.
All right, another big round of applause for the Darwin Buffettes. It's a feat just to even make it to the grand final, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful performance all year. Now, if I could please invite David Powling from St Mary's up, the winning coach, to say a few words.
Just firstly, thanks, Buffs. You were great today. Like Bianca said, there's only one winner on the day and just didn't go your way today, but you've been the benchmark for so long. It's actually a privilege to be here, second year in a row to verse you girls. So congratulations on all your success, and you did great today. You should be proud of yourselves. Just secondly, to all the supporters of St Mary's family, thanks for coming out, supporting the girls all year, the club. I just can't thank you all enough. All the sponsors that put in, that helped this club be so great and so successful. You are amazing. Thanks very much. A couple of quick special thanks, obviously, to all my support team, especially Jaylene, Lockie, Jared, my wife, who's dealt with so much. My mother-in-law for coming down and timekeeping, everyone who came and helped and ran water. Big thanks to Ryan Smith, our sponsor and my mentor, who's helped me through all season. Without you guys, it doesn't happen every week. And lastly, to the girls, I said it before the game, I'm so super proud of you no matter what happened today, but you just went out and showed exactly how good we are. The skill on this team is absolutely amazing, and all year it was a team effort. There was no, you know, there's good players in this team, but as a team, we're just super, super amazing. So congratulations, enjoy the win, girls. You were awesome all season. I'm so proud that I got to coach you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, David. Now we'll head into the Best on Ground medal for the 2020-2021 TIO NTFL Under-18 girls. The Best on Ground medal from St Mary's, number 16, Irene Geekus. A wonderful performance. All right, David, if we can get you up now, I've got a team sheet here for you if you can announce your girls as they receive their premiership medals.
So number 1, Chelsea Dunn. Number 2, Latoya Tipalura. Number 4, Eda Baptista. Number 5, Jamie Bryant. Number 6, Bella Rees. Number 7, Alina Goldback-Eagett. Number 9, Kirli Parnell. Number 10, Holly Beattie. Number 11, Charlie Simmons. Number 12, Rainba Pudujimi. Number 13, Shavaya Lee. Number 14, Talia Pollard. Number 15, Zoe McDowell. Number 16, Irene Geekus. Number 17, Janome Anderson. Number 18, Charlotte Elcote. Number 19, Dakota Petit-Hones. Number 21, Madison Harris. Number 22, Gabrielle Stanley. Number 23, Fatima Azavando. Number 25, Rosalind Starr. And last but not least, number 26, Nancy Holtz.
And of course, our premiership team is not complete without a premiership coach. Ladies and gentlemen, David Powling. All right, David, we ask you to stay up a little bit longer. Come back. And we ask you to bring your captains with you, as we hand over the premiership cup and flag. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-2021 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Premiers, St Mary's.
When the Saints come marching in, oh, when the Saints come
ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your 2020-2021 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Premiers, St Mary's.
We're not